Similar to 8 years ago, President Donald Trump's executive orders are facing tough scrutiny in courtrooms across the country. As Erica Brown reports, 2 more federal judges blocked executive orders from taking effect today.
Federal employees will have a little more time to decide whether to take the Trump administration's resignation offer. U.S. District Judge George O'Toole ruled that employees will have until at least Monday afternoon to consider taking the buyout when he'll hold another hearing on the issue. Unions representing federal workers have sued, saying the buyout violates the law and that the government doesn't have the funds to back the plan. Democratic lawmakers echoed those concerns.
I don't believe it's been funded. I don't believe Donald Trump has any history of ever paying his bills. And I fear that federal employees may be marked for later riffing, potentially without any compensation.
The White House says more than 40,000 federal employees have already accepted the offer as President Trump tries to slash the size of the government.
We encourage federal workers in this city to accept the very generous offer. If they don't want to show up to the office, if they want to rip the American people off, then they're welcome to take this buyout, and we'll find highly competent individuals who want to fill these roles.
In a separate legal challenge to the president's executive order ending birthright citizenship for children born to migrant parents, a federal judge in Seattle granted a national injunction calling the order clearly unconstitutional.
During a hearing in Seattle, Judge John Kuhnhauer, a Reagan appointee, said it has become ever more apparent that to our president, the rule of law is but an impediment to his policy goals. In this courtroom and under my watch, the rule of law is a bright beacon which I intend to follow. Washington and 3 other states joined this lawsuit seeking to block the order.
In this country, we are safeguarded by the constitutional principles we have and in adherence to the rule of law.
The government is likely to appeal the case all the way to the Supreme Court. Erica Brown, CBS News, the White House.
Where their argument might be that citizenship can only be given to those with allegiance to the U.S. and children born to illegal migrant parents, according to the Trump administration, don't have such allegiance. Pam Bondi is moving quickly at the Department of Justice since being sworn in as Attorney General after her job as the State Attorney General in Florida. And in her first hours as the nation's top law enforcement official, Bondi issued several directives, including a Justice Department review of the prosecutions of President Trump. The Israel-Hamas ceasefire deal has entered its next phase, restoration. But for that to happen, Gaza citizens have been ordered to evacuate so the destroyed strip of land can be rebuilt. That's more than 2 million people trying to evacuate the place they call home. President Trump has chosen not to get U.S. troops involved in this part of the effort. Israel's defense minister, though, insists that people should leave voluntarily with assistance at primary exit points. Those encountering the war zone recount what life was like before the armed conflict.
I remember the beaches looked like the French Riviera. I remember people who were very satisfied, and there was no Hamas there.
79 hostages are still being held captive by Hamas.